On November 8th, legal papers hit the desk that completely derailed the country music industry. Lainey Wilson filed serious assault allegations against her own duet partner, Jelly Roll. In a sworn statement during preliminary proceedings, Lainey exposed what was happening behind closed doors, revealing that their professional partnership had quietly crossed into a secret, multi-month sexual relationship. The documents outlined a massive breach of trust, alleging that Jelly Roll hid the entire affair from his wife, Bunnie XO, while maintaining a wholesome public image. But the most explosive detail in the filing wasn't just the alleged assault or the secret affair. It was the medical disclosure claiming Lainey was carrying Jelly Roll's child. When Bunnie XO initially stepped in to defend her husband and shut down the accusations, new digital evidence and timeline overlaps surfaced, trapping her in the center of the biggest controversy in Nashville history. The court records are open, the affidavits are signed, and the fallout is immediate. Here is the exact unredacted breakdown of the lawsuit, the timeline, and the medical claims that just shattered Jelly Roll's career. The country music landscape changed forever the moment sworn court affidavits became public, triggering an explosive chain reaction across Nashville. What was presented to the world as an inspiring, brotherly bond between Jelly Roll and his chart-topping duet partner, Lainey Wilson, collapsed under the weight of severe legal claims. Official legal papers filed during preliminary court proceedings detailed shocking assault allegations leveled directly against Jelly Roll. For an artist who built his entire career on redemption, raw honesty, and overcoming a troubled past, these claims represented an immediate, catastrophic blow to his professional standing. The legal documents pulled back the curtain on what was happening behind closed doors, shattering the wholesome, larger-than-life persona that had made Jelly Roll one of the most beloved figures in modern American music. As attorneys began dissecting the initial filings, the true scope of the scandal escalated rapidly. Embedded within the court documents were explicit details regarding the private dynamic between the two country stars. According to sworn testimonies, their professional partnership, built on the massive global success of their award-winning collaboration, had quietly crossed severe personal boundaries. Lainey Wilson's legal team outlined a complex, multi-month secret affair, alleging that what began as mutual artistic respect gradually spiraled into a secret, emotionally charged sexual relationship. The filings alleged that this illicit romance was intentionally kept hidden from the public, music industry executives, and most crucially, Jelly Roll's wife, Bunnie XO. The revelation of a secret relationship sent immediate shockwaves through the country music community. For years, Jelly Roll and Bunnie XO had been celebrated as Nashville's ultimate power couple, known for their absolute transparency, unyielding mutual support, and public devotion to one another. Bunnie had constantly championed her husband's career, often sharing affectionate backstage moments and publicly praising his artistic collaborators, including Lainey Wilson. The legal disclosures presented a reality that directly contradicted that public image, alleging that Jelly Roll had systematically maintained a double life while performing on the world's biggest stages alongside his alleged mistress. Taste of country. According to the filed affidavits, the secret dynamic between Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson was far from a simple, consensual fling. The documents depicted an increasingly toxic environment characterized by severe power imbalances, intense personal conflict, and escalating professional tension. Testimony contained within the filings asserted that as the hidden relationship intensified, the lines between personal intimacy and professional obligations became dangerously blurred. Lainey's legal counsel argued that the alleged assault occurred within the context of this turbulent secret affair, framing the event not as an isolated incident, but as the boiling point of a deeply chaotic personal dispute. For Jelly Roll, the legal allegations posed an existential threat to his entire career. His legal team moved swiftly to issue absolute denials, rejecting every claim made in the court filings and maintaining his total innocence. His defense argued that the accusations were completely fabricated, malicious, and designed to cause maximum damage to his reputation and family life. However, the detailed nature of the court documents, combined with the sworn testimonies submitted under penalty of perjury, made it impossible for the story to be swept under the rug. Legal analysts immediately noted that the presence of written affidavits elevated the situation far beyond typical tabloid gossip, creating an undeniable paper trail that required formal judicial review. As news of the filing broke, media outlets across the nation rushed to verify the details, causing an unprecedented frenzy. The stark contrast between Jelly Roll's public messages of faith, family, and second chances and the dark, explicit claims detailed in the lawsuit created a massive public divide. Fans who had followed his journey from maximum security prison cells to country music royalty were left stunned by the rapid collapse of his pristine image. Yet, even as legal experts analyzed the initial claims of assault and the unraveling of a secret affair, no one was prepared for the second, far more explosive disclosure waiting on page 12 of the court documents. A single medical claim that would forever alter the lives of everyone involved. If the initial claims of a secret affair and legal allegations rocked the foundations of Nashville, page 12 of the sworn court filings delivered a seismic shift that sent shockwaves through the entire music industry. Embedded within the formal medical disclosures attached to the legal petition was a claim that elevated the entire controversy from a bitter legal dispute into an irrecoverable personal crisis. A certified medical record asserting that Lainey Wilson was carrying Jelly Roll's child. The inclusion of this disclosure altered the entire trajectory of the case. It moved the conflict out of the realm of word-against-word accusations and introduced a permanent, verifiable biological reality into the court record. For the legal teams involved, this claim represented the most critical piece of evidence in establishing the true nature and physical timeline of the alleged secret relationship. The public exposure of the pregnancy disclosure created an immediate, agonizing dilemma for Bunnie XO. For years, Bunnie had been widely recognized as the fiercely protective, unwavering backbone of Jelly Roll's life and brand. She had stood by him through career uncertainty, personal transformations, and the intense scrutiny that accompanies astronomical fame. When the initial rumors and legal filings first surfaced, Bunnie's instinct was swift and uncompromising. She took a public stand, mounting a fierce defense of her husband, openly questioning the credibility of the accusations, and dismissing the initial reports as a calculated attempt to destroy their family and extortionately target Jelly Roll's wealth and reputation. Her early defense reflected the absolute unity that fans had come to expect from the high-profile couple. However, as additional documentation, digital records, and timeline analyses began emerging through official court discovery and supplemental filings, Bunnie's position was subjected to unprecedented strain. The court records laid out a meticulous chronological overlap, mapping specific tour dates, award show appearances, and private travel logs that directly corroborated key elements of the alleged timeline. Confronted with formal medical entries and sworn affidavits submitted under penalty of perjury, the narrative of a united front began to face immense internal pressure. The reality that this was no longer just a legal fight against external claims, but a deeply complex personal betrayal involving a child, placed Bunnie in the center of a horrific media storm. As the legal proceedings intensified, the strategic dynamics inside the courtroom shifted dramatically. Jelly Roll's defense team found themselves forced to adapt their strategy to address the specific, high-stakes nature of the medical claims. While continuing to maintain his complete innocence regarding any unlawful conduct or assault, his legal representatives were forced to carefully navigate the sensitive evidence surrounding the alleged affair and pregnancy. Defense attorneys worked aggressively to challenge the admissibility of specific medical records, arguing that private health information was being weaponized to exert public pressure and force a high-value monetary settlement out of court. Conversely, opposing counsel argued that the medical disclosures were integral to establishing motive, power dynamics, and the psychological impact of the alleged events. The fallout extended far beyond the immediate parties, sending shockwaves through record labels, corporate sponsors, and venue operators across the country. Brands and music executives who had invested heavily in Jelly Roll's wholesome, inspirational narrative were suddenly forced to assess the immense risk posed by the detailed, graphic court records. Contracts were placed under immediate review, high-profile media appearances were quietly pulled, and strategic crisis management teams were brought in to manage the fallout. The stark, undeniable nature of a court-documented pregnancy made it virtually impossible for corporate partners to dismiss the situation as mere celebrity gossip. For the millions watching the drama unfold, the human element of the tragedy became impossible to ignore. What had started as a triumphant musical collaboration between two of country music's brightest stars had devolved into an absolute wreck of legal filings, shattered trust, and life-altering consequences. As court dates loomed and additional depositions were scheduled, the focus turned sharply toward the upcoming cross-examinations, where every document, text exchange, and medical claim would be subjected to rigorous cross-examination under oath, leaving no room for spin, public relations tactics, or partial truths. As the legal battle moved into its critical phase, the formal deposition hearings at the Davidson County Courthouse drew unprecedented national attention. Key witnesses, personal assistants, and touring staff members were summoned under subpoena to deliver sworn testimonies regarding the events outlined in the initial filings. The deposition transcripts, which were subsequently filed into the public record, provided an intimate and brutal look into the backstage environment of modern country music's largest tour. Security logs, hotel receipts, and internal messaging records were entered into evidence, creating a detailed physical timeline that corroborated the frequency and location of private meetings between Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson throughout the preceding year. The release of these deposition transcripts stripped away any remaining ambiguity surrounding the situation. Confronted with time-stamped digital evidence and direct testimony from third-party witnesses, the defense strategy underwent a visible transformation. The primary focus shifted from outright denial of any personal relationship toward mitigating the severe legal and financial liabilities associated with the assault claims. In cross-examination, defense attorneys targeted the specific circumstances surrounding the alleged incident, attempting to establish that the dynamic was entirely consensual and that the criminal allegations arose only after personal disagreements threatened to expose the affair to the public and music executives. For Bunnie XO, the public release of the detailed deposition testimonies marked a decisive breaking point. The strategic defense mounted by Jelly Roll's legal team, which effectively acknowledged the underlying personal relationship while disputing the legal claims of misconduct, directly contradicted the initial statements issued in defense of her husband. Social media activity, long used by Bunnie as a direct channel to her millions of followers, abruptly ceased as high-level crisis managers and family law attorneys were brought in. Court observers noted the arrival of independent legal counsel representing Bunnie's personal and financial interests, signaling an irreparable rupture in one of entertainment's most visible marriages. The financial and professional repercussions for all parties involved accelerated rapidly as the court set formal trial dates. Major country music broadcasting networks and corporate festival organizers moved to distance themselves from the scandal, removing both artists from upcoming headlining lineups to avoid advertiser backlash. Record label executives worked behind closed doors to contain the damage, issuing freeze orders on joint intellectual property, future duet releases, and promotional merchandise associated with their award-winning collaborations. The commercial value of their shared catalog plummeted as radio networks quietly removed their joint tracks from heavy rotation. As the pre-trial evidentiary deadline approached, the immense pressure of potential public trial proceedings forced both legal teams to the negotiating table for mandatory mediation. With sworn medical records, cross-referenced travel logs, and dozens of hours of recorded deposition testimony looming over a potential jury trial, the risks of a public court battle became unsustainable for everyone involved. The prospect of further unredacted disclosures threatening additional high-profile industry figures created immense pressure from label representatives and legal advisors to reach a binding resolution before jury selection could commence. The resulting legal resolution, finalized in a confidential out-of-court settlement, brought a formal end to the public judicial proceedings while leaving an indelible mark on the industry. Court filings confirmed the voluntary dismissal of the civil claims pursuant to a comprehensive, non-disclosure agreement and financial settlement structured to address both the legal claims and the future support obligations outlined in the medical disclosures. Though the formal terms remained sealed under court order, the aftermath left 3 high-profile careers permanently reshaped. What began as a meteoric rise to the top of the American music industry concluded in a stark cautionary tale of fame, broken trust, and the devastating speed with which personal choices can dismantle an empire. As we close the book on this shocking investigation, it is essential to step back and reflect on the absolute whirlwind we have just walked through. From the explosive legal filings and secret backstage relationships to the stunning medical disclosures and the ultimate fallout inside the courtroom, this entire saga serves as one of the most staggering cautionary tales the music industry has ever witnessed. Fame, multi-million-dollar contracts, and the illusion of a pristine public image can sometimes hide a completely different reality behind closed doors. proving once again that not everything we see on our screens and red carpets tells the whole story. However, before anyone jumps to final conclusions or treats internet speculation as absolute gospel, we must address an important reality. Please note that this video and the entire discussion presented today are created strictly for entertainment, commentary, and informational purposes only. The claims, legal filings, and personal dynamics discussed are based on ongoing public discourse and dramatic rumors circulating within the digital space. They are not intended to defame, harass, or maliciously target the private lives, marriages, or personal well-being of Jelly Roll, Bunnie XO, Lainey Wilson, or any other individuals mentioned. In the fast-paced world of digital media and celebrity culture, it is remarkably easy for narratives to become distorted, exaggerated, or entirely fabricated for shock value. At the end of the day, we are all outsiders looking through a very narrow, highly curated window into complex human lives. What do you think about this wild controversy? Do you believe the leaked court documents hold any weight? Or is this entire scandal just another masterclass in internet clickbait and fabrication? Drop your thoughts, theories, and honest opinions in the comments section down below. We read and reply to as many of you as possible. If you appreciated this deep dive into the darkest corners of Nashville, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and give this video a massive thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next breakdown.